Hi, everyone. So, the previous episode concluded with what I would admit is a banality, the equation between money and power. I don't think I really need to make a big deal about that. But what I would like to do is to make a distinction between effectively two kinds of money and power relationships. Now, the big kind, the kind we think of in terms of certainly billionaires and government and whatever, is the ability to use money for a particular end that may benefit the person doing it, but has larger consequences. So, for example, an Elon Musk can decide that he wants to buy Twitter and does that. He goes through all the necessities of manipulating his money, other people's money, in order to make that possible, all in order to influence opinion. Okay, so that's high-level power money relationships. And on the other hand, I close with the comment about being able to eat and how money and power at that level is something that we all have to deal with. So in this video, I'd like to deal with something sort of in between. And it's a product of consumerism, and that is, of course, the social media influencer. And isn't that word itself, influencer? I always thought that, it's a clever cloak, if you will, for what's involved, because basically an influencer is a shill. It's somebody who is paid to convince other people to buy something or to do something. Now, I want to concentrate more or less on economic kinds of influence rather than, say, political influence, but it's the same idea that someone who may or may not have a genuine interest or stake in what they're promoting, but the real purpose is the promotion, and any real commitment they may have is a secondary consideration. And just putting it that way, I think, helps to expose the problem with it, because social media are kind of unique in that, on the one hand, they at least have the pretense of being personal. That's to say, you establish a relationship with someone online. Obviously, it could be friends and family, but more likely, especially with the major influencers, it's going to be people you don't know. And so, on the one hand, it seems intimate and trustworthy. But on the other hand, they're out to sell something. And so, the very idea of friendship has been commodified by the influencer. And that's not to say that they necessarily are doing something wrong or that what they're selling is no good. But the point is, it's the sale that's important. It's the money that they make from it. And what are they going to do with that money? Well, probably, like their audience, they're going to go out and buy other things. This is the horrendous cycle that consumerism introduces, and which makes all of us more or less part of this operation, which, for all the personal gratification that may be attached to it, what matters most is to participate as a consumer and to buy things that you may or may not want, probably don't need, but you got to keep the cycle of the economy going. One of the related phenomena about this commitment to social media and trusting influencers is the decline in expertise and professionalism. Now, it used to mean, if you were called a professional, it meant you were good at what you did. Now, to be a professional means you get paid to do it. End of discussion. You don't have to be good at it. You don't have to be reliable. If you get paid, you are a professional. And in strict definition of the term, that's what it means to be paid to do something. But do you really want that kind of professional help or guidance? No. Similarly, an expert no longer has any value unless, again, they're paid to provide that expertise. Now, somebody may have made a life's work out of a particular investigation, but if they don't make money at it, their opinion comes to nothing. And that's even true in terms of social media influencers in the political sphere, that many of the people who publish with very informed political positions, if they don't get paid for it, if they don't have a sponsor, or if they can't ask for Patreon or whatever, they're not going to be taken as seriously by people because they're not an expert, which is to say they're not paid to do what they do. So you may be wondering, where is all this going? What's the conclusion? And in my final episode, I'd like to talk about some of the psychological and intellectual results of this overvaluing of money or using money as the measure of value, what that says about our society and what there might be as alternatives to it. I don't know. But anyway, that's for the next one. And thanks for watching and talk to you later.